In this package, state government inaugurates model health center in Odo to reiterate commitment to inclusivity in project allocation. World Bank partners Akwa Ibom government begins construction of cassava oil palm mills in 6 local government areas. Akwa Ibom government said to receive viable sectoral investment to boost revenue base, better lives of residents. And state government flags up distribution of customized Arise exercise books to public primary schools in Akwa Ibom. Details of these and other stories in just a moment. A very good evening to you and welcome to AKBC 45 News at 8. I am Blessing Isonyo. The state government has inaugurated a model health center in Odot, headquarters of Nsaratai local government area. This is one out of the 17 ongoing model health centers built in different parts of the state. A government house reporter Otobimo Okon reports that the deputy governor, Senator Akone Yabenyi, performed the inauguration on behalf of Governor Minor.
I stand today on behalf of the executive governor of Akwa Ibom State, Pastor Umar Eno, to commission this beautiful edifice, Model Primary Health Center, Nsaratai, for the good use of the people of Nsaratai and Akwa Ibom State, in the name of God, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
The Odot Model Health Center comprises of consulting rooms, theater, wards, doctors, matrons, and nurses' quarters, laboratory, ICT, and records unit, modern kitchen, dining rooms, solar-powered energy, standby generator, 214 medical equipment and consumables in the event. Governor commended Odot community for providing land at no cost for the project and thanked the contractor for the timely delivery of the project to specification. The governor, while donating funds to the community, appreciated them for their cooperation, urging them to safeguard the facility against vandalism, promising a vibrant and integrated healthcare delivery system in the state in line with the Arise agenda and assured of rural transformation through the provision of critical amenities and other infrastructure. He announced the commencement of Phase 2 of the One Project per Local Government Area initiative of his administration and reiterated his commitment to fairness and inclusivity in project allocation in the state, noting that the facility will reduce infant and maternal mortality in Nsaratai local government area to the barest minimum. The governor further reiterated his administration's commitment to fairness and inclusivity in the allocation of government projects, ensuring that no part of the state is marginalized.
We are here to commission a model health center in Nsaratai local government area. This administration doesn't embark on projects to score political points. It is intentional about enhancing the standard of living of the people. All our projects comply with global standards.
Giving an overview of the project, the Commissioner for Health, Professor Augustine Umar, confirmed that the Model Health Center is equipped with a pharmacy, laboratory, steady power supply, and staff quarters, amongst other modern health facilities.
We plead with all of us to take care of the items that have been provided here. The Ministry of Health and the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency shall do everything possible to monitor and make sure that these items, rather than reduce, should be increasing, both the more that we will provide and others that stakeholders may also wish to support and provide in this facility.
The chairman, Secretary Local Government, Ms. Ememi Ba, thanked the governor for the provision of the facility.
We appreciate Your Excellency for choosing to give us this very befitting health center. We even have the doctor's quarters. How much more and what more can we ask for? Thank you so much. We appreciate you. This is one of the many things you have done in the life of Nsratai people. We say God bless you.
Goodwill messages were received from the Commissioner for Housing, political leader of Nsratai local government area, Otuekong Raphael Bassi, paramount ruler, and Nsratai local government area, Edidem Peter Ifyong, chairman of the State Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Martin Akpan, as well as village head of Odut, Obongiyangekbe, who lauded the governor for prioritizing the health needs of the people. Utubi Mokun, AKBC News.
The state government, in partnership with the World Bank through the Nigeria for Women project, NFWP, has commenced the construction of 60 cassava and oil palm mills across 6 pilot local government areas of Akwa Ibom. The Deputy Governor, Senator Akone Yarenye, announced this during the inspection of the construction site at Afaratai and Ikon communities to assess the level of work done. Again, Utebimo Kon has details.
The project, which is simultaneously going on in Epesipo, Zrubium Esreket, Una, Orokonam, and Abak, with 10 cassava or oil palm processing mill per local government area is implemented to empower and give women a sense of belonging, which will help them assist their families and the society. Senator Yarenye commended the World Bank for investing heavily in the project in order to help empower women in rural areas, adding that when a woman is empowered, the community is empowered.
Project me World Bank even lady anyone iban ediana me government Akwa Ibom ebo iban enyi so ewo eda enyi senam na enwam ofok enwam dito enwam ire me mo ikoro. The equipment coming, they are monitoring to ensure that they meet up the standard also. So it's for the good of Akwa Ibom people, the good of the state. When we are done with this, the scale up that will come will extend to other local governments. And if we have like this across all the local governments in the state, the sky will be our limit.
Senator asserted that the World Bank project tallies with the vision of the present administration, expressing government pleasure with World Bank for bringing such projects to the state. Senator Yarenye reiterated that Governor Mina's paramount vision is to build the rural people and developing their area. She advised the male youths to rise up and work towards developing themselves, assuring that the state government and the World Bank was willing to support them to achieve their goals. The deputy governor appealed to the contractors handling the project to keep to the delivery deadline of 25th June 2024.
And for Akwa Ibom state government to accept to join with World Bank to do this project. We have 6 pilot local government for this project. I want to encourage all the contractors to please ensure they keep to time of delivery, 25th of this month, and then the quality. They must follow the specification of the World Bank. They have a standard, no compromise.
In the separate remarks, the head of the civil service, Elder Ifeanyi, transition chairman Epesipo Local Government Council, Madam Akuna Sukwo, both appreciated the state government for partnering the World Bank through the Nigeria for Women project to bring development to their domain and assured that the facility would be well utilized. They further solicited the World Bank to consider bringing in projects for the male folks, just as they have done for the women in the state.
Become Nigeria for Women projects and other organizations, the World Bank, aka sponsor of the project through the support of Akwa Ibom State government.
And we thank God, the Almighty, for what He has done to Ibesipo Sultan. Ibesipo Sultan were so lucky, so fortunate to be among the first set of local government that have this project.
Otomimokon, AKBC News.
The Ministry of Trade and Investment has sent off its permanent secretary, Mr. Oliver Udokbo, who bowed out of the State Civil Service. The valedictory service in his honor was attended by staff of the ministry as well as the Commissioner, Dr. John Etam. Mercy Akara was there.
Lauding Mr. Udokbo's commitment and dedication to service, the Commissioner expressed gratitude to God for preserving his life all through the years. He described Mr. Udokbo as a hard-working gentleman, seasoned administrator, an inspirational speaker who contributed immensely to the realization of ministerial responsibilities. The Commissioner, Dr. John Etam, also used the occasion to welcome the new Permanent Secretary, Dr. Stephen Effiong, to the ministry. Earlier in his remarks, the new Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Trade and Investment, Dr. Stephen Effiong, described his predecessor, Mr. Oliver Udokbo, as a seasoned technocrat and an astute team player. He commended the management and staff of the ministry for their support to his predecessor and providing a conducive environment for success. The valedictorian, Mr. Oliver Udokbo, who spoke fondly of his past service engagements, said he is grateful to God for sustenance and attributed all his successes in life to the grace of God. He encouraged staff of the ministry to always put in their best, no matter where they find themselves. Always rewards diligent service. Mr. Udokbo thanked the Akwa Ibom State government for the opportunity given him to serve as Permanent Secretary in the Ministries of Information, Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, as well as that of Trade and Investment. It will be recalled that Mr. Oliver Udokbo has served as a programs presenter in the Akwa Ibom Broadcasting Corporation, AKBC TV, Chief Press Secretary to 6 secretaries to Akwa Ibom State Government, and Special Assistant on Public Affairs to Chief Godswill Akpabio. Mercy Ekere, AKBC News.
The Commissioner for Trade and Investment says the state government is open to viable investment in all sectors aimed at increasing the state revenue base as well as add value to lives of Akwa Ibom residents. The Commissioner for Trade and Investment, Dr. John Etam, stated this when a team from the Federal Ministry of Industry and Trade visited him in Uyo. Maseka reports that the visit was to brief the Commissioner on the implementation of the Nigeria Agribusiness and Agri-Industry Development Initiative, NAADI.
The Commissioner assured that the Umoina administration is committed to creating a conducive environment for investments, implementing policies that encourage growth, and ensure that collaborative efforts with investors yield tangible results. Dr. John Etam said the collaborations with NADI is crucial in identifying and addressing challenges, harnessing opportunities to boost the industry and agricultural sector in order to enhance food security and stimulate economic development in the state.
Promise that whatever the state government can do through this office, we will fully support you to make sure that whatever your aspirations and mandate happen to be, they will be met, accomplished more easily based on our input. And we also expect support from the federal government through ministry. Whatever programs and projects at the federal level will be of interest and of benefit to the state of Akwa Ibom and its indigenes. You avail us the participation in those projects and programs.
The Director, Commodities and Exports Department, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Mr. Kaura Ivrimia, represented by his deputy, Mr. Charles Felix, said the visit was to discuss the level of implementation so far vis-a-vis the successes and the challenges in order to strengthen the implementation of the program for rapid agribusiness development in the state.
This initiative will also encourage the general participation of MSMEs in agribusiness and create employment opportunities, particularly for youth and women. The NADI program will create new brands and varieties of value-added commodities, which enhances market opportunities for MSMEs. The program will also improve the revenue base of the state, expansion in business activities.
The Nigeria Agribusiness and Agro-Industry Development Initiative is one of the programs anchored by the Federal Ministry of Trade and Investment through the Commodities and Export Department in order to stimulate and increase the flow of investment into the agricultural commodities value chain. The initiative has Mr. Howard Hussein as the South-South Zonal Coordinator. Mercy Ekere, AKBC News.
States to come. State government flags off distribution of customized Arise exercise books to public primary schools in Akwa Ibom. An NGO marks International African Child and Albinism Awareness Day. Stay with us. Glad to have you back. The state government has flagged off the distribution of the Arise customized exercise books across all public primary schools in the state. The symbolic presentation of the books was performed by the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Idonse Tebet, at the Bom-E Library and had various education stakeholders in attendance. Again, Mercy Ekere reports.
The Commissioner for Education, Ms. Idonse Tebet, said the exercise was in furtherance of the recent directive by Governor Moino and that the 1 million copies of the Arise customized exercise books procured by the state government be distributed to pupils in all public primary schools in the state, hence the commencement of the exercise in Uyo Senatorial District. She said the presentation will be conducted at Ekiti and Ikot Senatorial Districts. Subsequently, the education boss, who sued for cooperation from the head teachers in the distribution of the exercise books, intimated them of her ministry's resolve to partner the governor's personal assistants in the various wards during the presentation of the exercise books to the pupils, with a view to ensuring transparency and accountability, warning that no head teacher should present the exercise books to the pupils without inviting the governor's personal assistant in charge of such ward.
I respect His Excellency for the focus, for the commitment, for the passion in making sure all facets, all sectors in Akwa Ibom State are developed. And I stand here as an educationist, as a mother, to say that I am happy with what he's doing in the education sector.
Earlier in her speech, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Mrs. Stella Itropan, commended Governor Moino for fulfilling the promise of revamping the education sector, particularly in the building of model schools across the state, provision of school bags, school shoes, and exercise books to pupils in public primary schools.
The governor of Akwa Ibom State, when he came on board, he visited some schools and realized the need of the public schools. Not only that, he has vowed to ensure that the public schools can compete with private schools, not only in Akwa Ibom State, but all over Nigeria.
The chairman, State Universal Basic Education Board, SUBEB, Dr. Nete Tok, lauded Governor Moino for what he termed burying all the opposing voices through landmark achievements within his first year in office. Speaking on behalf of the head teachers, the head of head teachers in Uyo Senatorial District, Mr. Simon Udo, thanked Governor Moino for his passionate disposition towards educational advancement in the state and pledged the smooth delivery of the customized exercise books to the pupils in the respective schools within the senatorial district.
We thank His Excellency Pastor Umar for giving all the parents school exercise books this day. We thank him for all that he has done for all of us. We thank God for he has given him the ability.
Mercy Ekere, AKBC News.
Learning Disabilities Society of Nigeria, in collaboration with Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network, has marked the International African Child and Albinism Awareness Day. The event was aimed at helping persons with albinism worldwide combat the stigma, violence, and the discrimination they face while maintaining a positive view to life. The event held in Uyo. The report is here presented.
Special Assistant to the Governor on Persons with Disabilities and President Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network, Mrs. Nene Bassi, while speaking on the history and progress of Learning Disabilities Society of Nigeria for the past 10 years, emphasized the need for people living with disabilities to pay more attention to supporting each other as stipulated by the United Nations General Assembly.
Progress has been made in amplifying their voices, challenging stereotypes, dispelling myths, and advocating for their human rights at all levels. However, challenges remain, particularly related to climate change affecting persons with albinism across the globe. Access to health care, education, and employment has been of great challenge.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Dr. Inia Diakpan, encouraged the use of hats by people living with albinism for protection against the effects of the sun radiation to avoid cancer, and advocated educational and entrepreneurial development for a successful future lifestyle.
In certain places, they are being haunted, they are being killed because they feel if they use albinis, I think they have some magical power, but that does not, we don't have such a thing in Akwa Ibom State. But our joy is that they are still coming on very strong, and their leader has led by example. With the coming of the new government, we always have the sign language persons at every activity of His Excellency.
The chairman on the occasion, who is also the transition chairman into local government, Barrister Edetemonuk, expressed appreciation to Governor Moino for his support in touching lives in all spheres without discriminating against persons living with disabilities, and called on public-spirited persons to emulate such gesture.
I want to commend both the Learning Disabilities of Nigeria and the Advocacy for Persons with Albinism Network. In other words, there is no greater service to humanity than what they have done. Than this, when you have to touch the whole soul of human beings, giving hope to the hopeless, bringing life to those whose life the hope of living had gone.
The event featured health talks by dermatologists with the University of Youth Teaching Hospital, Dr. Deseri, on the need for persons with albinism to take care of their skin in order to maintain its melanin. Drama, ballad, dance, and panel discussion.
You have to ensure that you do your own skin checks at home. Means that every day you must check your skin and be sure that there are no changes in any of the skin disorders or abnormality, rash or anything that is coming up.
To complement the federal and state government's efforts in alleviating the sufferings in society, Aliko Dangote Foundation, through the African Human Development Center, has distributed quantities of rice to the vulnerable in the 31 local government areas of the state. The palliative-stacked Aliko Dangote Foundation National Food Intervention Program is mainly targeted at the most vulnerable in the society.
Distributing the palliatives to the most vulnerable in Eastern Obolo local government area, the Chief Executive Officer of African Human Development Center, Professor Gabriel Umar, said the gesture by Aliko Dangote through the center was part of his company's efforts in giving succor to the needy. According to Professor Gabriel, the state government is aware of donations and used the opportunity to laud the governor, Pastor Moeno, for the necessary support, and the community members in each of the wards visited for their cooperation.
We are here to do what Aliko Dangote Foundation said we should do. We are asked to distribute 15,000 bags of rice, 10 kilogram bag of rice throughout Akwa Ibom State, 31 local governments. The governor has given us all the necessary support.
In appreciation, the transition chairman of Eastern Obolo local government area, Mr. Uro Bilt Nango, on behalf of the people, applauded the Aliko Dangote Foundation and the African Human Development Center for remembering the most vulnerable in the area, urging them to maintain the tempo.
In support of what the governor is doing, our brother Dangote has now sent our professor to bring this for us. On behalf of the good people of Israel, we are very grateful.
Some of the beneficiaries at the different wards visited thanked the Dangote Foundation and the African Human Development Center for attracting the gesture to the local government. The African Human Development Center later moved to Ikorabasi local government area to pay homage to the paramount ruler of the area, His Royal Majesty Didem Udo John Tokobum, in his palace. Welcoming the team, the paramount ruler of Ikorabasi local government area, His Royal Majesty Didem Tokobum, lauded the Aliko Dangote Foundation and Professor Gabriel Umar for feeling the pulse of the people in need.
So we thank the organization and the Dangote for the human feelings it's having. It's not the only one that has money in this country. Others have money. They don't have human feelings. And so they could not do anything to help the poor.
In the last few years, there has been a remarkable reduction in fears and myths associated with family planning in Akwa Ibom. This is due to the attention given to this issue by health workers, resulting in favorable reports on the behavioral change towards family planning. The report was made available to newsmen at a one-day supervision and media tour by the Challenge Initiative.
The Challenge Initiative, through her director, Dr. Taiwo Thompson, lauded the Akwa Ibom state government for providing enabling environment for donor agencies to scale up family planning in the states, and also commended the health workers at both centers, adjudging their commitment to work as impressive. Dr. Johnson, however, expressed concern over the sustainability of the program with regards to funding to ensure family planning remains free and attainable at the expiration of TCI intervention in the state by September 2025. She pointed out that the 13% federal government support was not enough without the state's share.
Activities
that have been globally found to work for family planning. And so, in working with the state, we work with them, we support them to implement these high impact practices with the hope that they will institutionalize these high impact practices and continue them when TCI leaves. So that is the essence. And
Responding, the State Family Planning Coordinator, Mrs. Enobongeshet, said government is making effort to sustain the project beyond 2025.
What we are doing now is to advocate to government and also to NGOs to seek for their support through our advocacy core group, so that we can see how we can harness enough hands to be able to support however they can, at least to help us.
Those who also stress the need for government ownership and sustainability include Mr. Ian Salas, TCI Monitoring, Evaluation and Accountability Lead, Health Institute, USA, alongside Mr. Oluwaseun Akintola, TCI Technical Advisor, Research Monitoring and Evaluation. Aside fielding questions from the TCI visiting teams, healthcare providers at the Primary Health Care Center, Iweroford, and Primary Health Care Center, Kodebiroku, Uyo local government area, lauded the donor agency for their intervention in family planning and reproductive health, which has led to positive behavioral change amongst women of reproductive age in the states.
A non-governmental organization, Prince Achibong Life Foundation, has so far empowered over 100,000 Nigerians to boost their businesses and be financially independent. The international coordinator of the foundation, Mr. Udwakobong Akban, made this known while briefing newsmen in New York. Mr. Akban opined that the foundation has provided scholarships to 300 indigenous students up to tertiary level and given study grants to students. Other interventions by the foundation are financial donation to vulnerable women, provision of agricultural support to farmers, donation of food items, wrappers to women, provision of boreholes, electricity and street lights in communities. According to the international coordinator, the foundation also donated cars and motorcycles to youth support groups, individuals, churches, among others. Mr. Akban said the foundation has been at the forefront of empowering individuals to reach their potential through a diverse range of initiatives spanning mentorship, skills development, and entrepreneurship. The international coordinator maintained that one of the core characteristics of the foundation was the belief in the power of empowerment towards the transformation of lives. Mr. Akban gave the assurance that Prince Achibong Life Foundation would continue to inspire hope, instill confidence, and catalyze meaningful changes in communities around the globe. Meanwhile, the Prince Achibong Life Foundation has identified with the state governor, Pastor Umoino, on his first year anniversary, saying that the governor has justified the confidence reposed on him by the Akwa Ibom electorates.
The foundation will be able to raise future generations, future entrepreneurs, chieftains in industry, and then professionals in different skills, as in engineers, baristas, and every other profession that we know, those ones that we have been able to train in school will come out to impact the society. So we are looking at between now and 2030 that the foundation at least will be able to touch up to 10,500. That is the projection of the foundation.
That's our package for tonight. But before we go, we take another look at the top stories. The state government has inaugurated a model healthcare center in Odot's headquarters of Zaratai local government area. This is one out of the 17 ongoing model health centers built in different parts of the states. Deputy Governor Senator Akuna Yaganyi performed the inauguration on behalf of Governor Umoino. The state government has flagged off the distribution of the Arise customized exercise books across all public primary schools in the state. The symbolic presentation of the books was performed by the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Idonse Tebet, at the Boom-E Library and had various education stakeholders in attendance. That's the news. Thanks for watching and do have a good night rests. I am Blessing.